Hi guys, let's continue with chapter 1. Let us learn some basic concepts. First one, line segment. There is no arrow at the end at any end. Like if you see at these two ends, there is no arrow. It starts at one point and ends at another point. This is called line segment and is written as segment AB or segment BA, AB or BA. It has definite length and length can be measured. Next point, the length of the segment is written as length AB or distance AB. Second one, ray. Ray starts from a point and goes to infinity with arrow at the other end. It starts from a point and goes to the infinity with arrow at the other end. We read it as ray OA or ray OZ. Third one, a line goes, that is we are talking about now line. Here if we see, a line goes without end in both the directions to infinity and has arrows. A line has no end points. We see line CD, line L, you can say line CD, line L and line segment PR. Segment is part of a line, so we can say segment PQ or segment QR or segment PR. 3 points on the line P dash Q dash R are collinear points and has two opposite rays, that is ray QP and ray QR. Now ray QP from the point to the arrow and QR from the point to the arrow. Fourth one, congruent segments. If the length of two segment is equal, then the two segments are congruent, that is AB and CD. Then if length of AB is equal to length of CD, then segment AB is congruent to CD. Fifth, properties of congruent segments. Let's understand what are the properties of congruent segments. First one is reflexivity. Now we use reflexive property when we are looking at shapes that share sides or angles. Let us state that segment NQ is congruent to segment NQ to itself. Similarly, the other sides also, every segment is congruent to itself. Now second one is symmetry. Symmetry is defined as a balanced and proportionate similarity that is found in two halves of an object. If you see two halves of the object, symmetry, the imaginary line or axis along with which you can fold a figure to obtain the symmetrical halves is called line of, this is line of symmetry, and both the paths are equal. A mirror image. If segment AB is congruent to segment BC, then segment BC is congruent to segment, that is AB is congruent to BC, then I can also say that CB is congruent to BA. Third part of it is transitivity. If A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. So if A value for A is 5, then for instance then B and C must both also be 5 by the transitive property. Similarly, if segment AB is congruent to segment CD and segment CD is congruent to EF, then segment AB is congruent to EF. Let's come to sixth part of it, midpoint of a segment. If A dash M dash B and segment AM is congruent to segment MB, then M is called the midpoint of segment AB. Now if you see this segment AB, M is the midpoint of segment AB, means AM is equal to MB. Every segment has only one one and only one midpoint. Seventh one, comparison of segments. If segment AB is smaller than segment CD or lesser than segment CD, or segment CD is greater than AB or more than AB, the comparison of segments depends upon their length. Eighth point, perpendicularity of segments or rays. If the lines containing two segments or two rays or a ray and a segment are perpendicular to each other, then the two segments or two rays or the segment and the ray are said to be perpendicular to each other. In the figure alongside, segment AB, this is a segment AB having endpoints, is perpendicular to line CD here, okay. Or if there is a ray, then we can say the two rays are perpendicular to each other. If rays are shown or a segment and a ray are shown, then we can say segment is perpendicular to a ray or ray is perpendicular to a segment. Now, ninth part, distance of a point from a line. If you look at this, segment CD is perpendicular to line AB and point D lies on the line AB. Then the length of segment CD is called the distance of point C from line AB. This is the length, this much time is this away from this line. So this is the distance of point C. So if length of CD is equal to 5, then the point C is at a distance of 5 from line AB. Let's begin with practice set 1.2. The following table shows points on a number line and their coordinate. Decide whether the given pairs are congruent or not. Now points A, B, C, D, E and coordinates they have given us -3, 5, 2, -7 and 9. Now first one, segment DE and segment AB. Now segment DE and segment AB. Now the coordinates of segment DE are -7, DE are -7 and 9. We know that 9 is greater than -7. So length of DE we will find out first, that is bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. So 9 minus -7, so negative into negative positive, 9 plus 7 is equal to 16 units. Now coordinates of segment AB are -3 and 5. Therefore 5 is greater than -3. Length of AB is equal to bigger coordinate minus smaller coordinate. So 5 minus -3, 5 plus 3 is equal to 8 units. Since DE is 16 units and AB is 8 units, so DE is not equal to AB. So DE, the two segments are not congruent. Second, segment BC and segment AD. Segment BC and segment AD we are talking about. So the coordinates of BC are 5 and 2. 5 is greater than 2, so length of BC is equal to 5 minus 2, which is equal to 3 units. Coordinate of segment AD are -3 and -7. Now -3 is greater than -7, so length of AD is equal to bigger coordinate minus smaller unit. So -3 minus into minus plus 7 and 4 units. So length of BC is not equal to length of AD. Therefore segment BC is not equal to segment AD. The two segments are not congruent. Now third question, sub question, segment BE and segment AD. The coordinates of segment BE is 5 and 9. So the 5 is smaller than 9, or I can say 9 is greater than 5. Length of BE is equal to 9 minus 5, that is equal to 4 units. Now coordinates of segment AD is negative 3 and negative 7. Negative 3 is greater than negative 7. So length of AD is equal to negative 3 minus negative 7. So negative 3 plus 7. Now positive units are more, so we will take away negative 3 from and positive 3, that gets cancelled, and left over are all positive units, so 4 units. Since length of BE is equal to length of AD, therefore segment BE is equal to segment AD. Now you can see 4 units, 4 units. Question 2. Point M is midpoint of segment AB. If AB is 8, then find the length of AM. Now AB is 8. Now this full length is 8. Now length of AB is 8. As M is the midpoint of segment AB, then we have length of AM is equal to half of length of AB. So half of means multiplication. Length of AB is 8. So 8 ones are 8. 8 upon 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Therefore length of AM is equal to 4 units. Let's come to question number 3. Point P is the midpoint of segment CD. If CP is equal to 2.5, find length of CD. Now as this is a midpoint, this means it divides the segment into 2 equal parts, that is CP is equal to PD. So length of CP is 2.5. As P is the midpoint of CD, length of CD is equal to length of CP plus length of PD. Length of CD is equal to 2.5 plus 2.5. As CP is equal to PD given, so 2.5 is equal to 2.5, and if we add, it is 5.0. Therefore length of CD is equal to 5 units. Question 4. If AB is equal to 5 and BP is equal to 2 and AP is equal to 3.5, compare the segments. Given AB is 5, BP is 2 and AP is 3.4. Now AB is greater than AP and AP is greater than BP. We have to just compare. So 5 is greater than 3.5 is greater than 2. Therefore segment AB is greater than segment AP is greater than segment BP. Question 5. Write the answers to the following questions with reference to the figure. Now here they have given us a number line T, S, R, P, Q. Now write the names of the opposite rays of ray RP. Opposite rays are RT. RP is the ray. So opposite rays will be RT and RS. Sub question 2. Write the intersection set of ray PQ and ray RP. Ray PQ and ray RP intersection set will be PQ. Then write the union set of ray PQ and ray QR. PQ and ray QR. So ray QR. Sub question 4. State the rays of which segment QR is a subset. QR is a subset. So ray QR and ray RQ. QR is the subset when we talk about ray QR and ray RQ. Write the pair of opposite rays with common endpoint R. So ray RS, ray RT. So sixth one, write any two rays which with common endpoint as S. So we can write ray ST and ray SR. This point should be common. So S and S. Now write the intersection set of ray SP and ray ST. Ray SP and ray ST. So point S is common for both these rays. Question 6. Answer the following questions with the help of given figure. And this is the figure given. State the points which are equidistant from point B. This is the point B. So which are the points equidistant from point C and point A. Point C and point A are equidistant from point B. You can see this. And so BC is equal to BA, which is equal to 2 units. Point D and point P are equidistant from B also. If you see, point D and point P are equidistant from B. So BD is equal to BP. So BD is 6 minus 2, that is 4, and BP is equal to 2 minus negative 2 here. So this is 6 minus 2 is 4, and 2 negative and negative positive, 2 plus 2 is 4. So they are at equal distance. Sub question 2. Write a pair of points equidistant from point Q. Point U and point L are at equidistance from point Q, and also point R and point P are equidistant from Q. Sub question 3. Find distance UV and distance PC and distance VB and distance UL. Distance UV is equal to coordinate of U is negative 5, coordinate of V is 5. So 5 is greater than negative 5. So UV, distance between UV will be 5 minus negative 5. Negative into negative, positive, 5 plus 5 is 10 units. Now PC, coordinate of P is negative 2, coordinate of C is 4. So distance between PC is equal to 4 minus negative 2. So minus into minus, plus 4 plus 2 is 6 units. Distance between V and B, coordinate of V is 5 and coordinate of B is 2. So distance between VB is equal to 5 minus 2, that is 3 units. Distance between UL, that is coordinate of U is negative 5 and coordinate of L is equal to negative 3. So distance between UL is equal to negative 3 minus negative 5, which gives us negative 3 minus into minus plus 5 is equal to 2 units. Next subtopic. Wait for my video for the next subtopic.